right. So real quick, I think the who was here last time was Paulo, right? So you remember what did we work on in the last lesson? You remember on Monday?
Um, we were working on. Let's see. Mm, the T. Yeah, the T sounds. Yeah, in general, all the T sounds. I think.
Exactly. Yeah, pretty much. So we practiced several T sounds, but two primary T sounds, which was the popping T, that pop, 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 the t, 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 and the flap T. All right. And the flap T is the rule number two in the middle of the staircase. That's what we're going to be reviewing and focusing on a little bit here. This particularly will help you a whole lot. Based on when you were speaking, I heard some words where this specific sound, if you can practice this sound, refine this sound, that's really going to help your pronunciation, your accent skills, so you can sound much clearer as well. All right. So, what is the flap T? Quick review. Remember that the flap T, middle of a word typically, is when the T goes between two vowel sounds. So, when you have a T between two vowel sounds, you're gonna produce a soft D sound. It's like a da da da. So we talked about this on Monday, where if you have the popping T, the tip of the tongue is gonna touch the roof of the mouth, and you're gonna pop it, pop, 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 right? So you should feel air coming out of your mouth. If you put your hand in front of your mouth and say today, tomorrow, tea, toy, you should feel air coming out of your mouth. Tuh, 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 right? Without spitting. Don't spit on your hand, but just the air. So tuh, 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 right?
Mm.
Now, for the flap T, you're going to do the exact same thing. The tip, this is your mouth. My my little puppet here. You're gonna. This is your mouth. This is your tongue. You're gonna. The tip of the tongue is gonna touch the roof of the mouth, but slightly, just a slight tap, and it's gonna be a da da. Because remember, I think we saw this on Monday. You have the popping T, ta. You have the flap T, da. But then we have that D, the hard D, duh, like day, dog, drill, the duh. So the flap T is not that hard duh sound, but it's not the popping t either. It's right in the middle. It's a very soft da 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 sound. Your tongue is just flicking the roof of your mouth barely. Da 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 da. All right. And for this, you have to get control of your tongue, which we saw a little bit last time on Monday, where we basically focused on the articulators, being conscious of what you're doing with your tongue. Where is your tongue? How are you moving your tongue? Does your tongue touch the roof of the mouth? Is it far back? Is it in the front? We went over some articulation practice last time. We also saw these two tongue twisters, Betty, bada, bit of better, butter. So notice that there are a bunch of T's, a lot of T's, and they always go between two vowel sounds. So Betty between e and e, bada between a and bit of between I and better between e and er. Er is a vowel sound. Butter between and er. So it's always da 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 da. Betty bought a bit of better butter. And then Pat ought to sit on the lap, right? So let's review really quickly in just a couple minutes. Let's go with Paulo. Try reading those two tongue twisters for me one more time.
All right. Betty bought a bit of better butter.
Excellent.
Powder sit on a lap.
Very good. Perfect. All right. Now let's go with Om. Try your best, Om. I know you weren't here on Monday, I think, but try your best
Yeah.
to that flap T a little bit. So I'm Betty bought a bit of better butter. Mhm.
Very bada bitter, better, butter,
Okay.
pereda,
So let's try it again. So one more time.
very bada bitter, better, butter.
Okay. So what you're doing, your tongue, you're placing your tongue too far back. Put your tongue more forward. All right. And make sure the tip of the tongue touches the roof of the mouth slightly. So it might, for you, it might help to think of it more like the letter D. Duh, 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 duh. Right? So Betty. Mhm.
Bedi,
There we go. The next one. Bada.
Bada, Bada,
Bada. Da.
Bada,
Okay, bada. Bit of.
Bida,
Bit of.
Bida,
Better.
better, better,
Oh, you're popping that T. Better.
better,
A little bit better. So soften it. Make sure that the tongue doesn't pop from the roof of the mouth. Better.
better,
Better.
better, ter,
Slightly better. Let's go with butter.
butter, better.
But okay, it matches like a D. Butter.
Okay, D. Okay,
Uh-huh.
butter,
Better. Exactly. Butter. Better.
butter. So
So
every time, should we pronounce T as a D? Butter.
it's closer to a D. All right. So
Uh,
it's not exactly a D because we have that hard D, the duh, duh, and it's not exactly a D, but for time reasons. And we're just going to say that it's a soft D. So da, da, da. For
yeah.
this, in your case, what we would have to do, we would have to focus on articulation. So what you're doing with your tongue, right? How are you moving your tongue more than the sound? Because I believe in your language, if I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe your language is Hindi, right? Like
Yeah.
Hindi, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So in your language, you might not have that natural sound, whereas maybe for Paulo, his native language is Spanish, and they have the R in Spanish, which makes this sound. It's like a da da. So it's a little bit easier for him. In your case, what we would have to do, we would have to focus on articulation, some exercises and drills to get control of how you move your tongue, right? Because
Okay.
we these are articulators. Your mouth, your lips, your tongue, your throat, your jaw, all these are articulators. And the articulators have to move in a specific way. They're muscles. These are muscles. Right? And it's like when
Okay.
you go to the gym and you, let's say you're getting bigger biceps, right? And you do the
Mhm.
same movement and your bicep is pretty strong, you do the same movement, but then I'm going to tell you, okay, now do a different movement. And that different movement seems to be much more difficult for you, right? I was
Yeah.
like, I've never done this movement before and it's really hard. So now we have to start creating new movements for your articulators so that they can start moving in a specific way and producing the sound in a specific way. All right. And for this sound specifically, it's primarily about your tongue, what you're doing with your tongue. Right? Is your
Mhm.
tongue too far back? Is it too far forward? Is it touching the tip of the what we call the alveolar, the behind your front teeth? Or is it flat on the bottom? Is it in the middle of the mouth? We have to find the position of the tongue. Right?
Mhm.
Let me see if
So
I've
just follow-up question.
sure.
I have follow-up question. Is there any exercise available in school course, something like that, which I can watch and work on it?
Yeah, exactly. You can well for the T sound specifically.
Okay.
Let me see if I find it. Where is it? Right here. All right. There we go. So if you go to the classroom section,
Mm-hmm.
go to, well, you have a couple options. You can go to the American Accent System,
Mm-hmm.
click on that, and it would be step number 8. So let's close this and right here. Step number 8, unlock native speech. Click on
Okay.
that, and you'll have the stressed and unstressed T, basically a very general explanation of the T sounds there in step number 8. That's one
Mm-hmm.
option. The other option, go to the practice hub in the same classroom, practice hub.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see if I can find it. Sound isolation practice, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, we have the TH sound. I have to look for it. It's in here somewhere. Connected speech, chunking, minimal pairs. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. We have some tongue twisters with the T. There is T variations. All right. So go to tongue twisters.
Mm-hmm.
At the very bottom, you have American variations of the T, just so that you can practice. All right,
Yeah.
so you can practice there. So you have the tongue twister. Just play the audio, listen to the sound, try to imitate it as close as possible. So you're gonna click play.
Tom tried to get a better idea of what mattered in the city, but every time he said water bottle, it sounded like waiter bottle, and that made people notice the way he talked.
Etc. So you have a lot of flap T's. Little, started, water, bottle, and what else? What else? What else? What else? Better, later, city. You have a lot of flap T's in there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I can add more content a little bit later, particularly with the T sound. I'll add some content in the community. So if you go to the community as well, where it
Mm-hmm.
says search, click T sound, for example. Let's see what pops up. Press play, press enter, and then you'll have all the posts, challenges, and activities related to the T sound. So why your T sounds too strong in English, and challenge, stop translating in your head, and try omitting the T sound like a native. And then you have, of course, your first American T challenge. That's the very first challenge that you're going to have there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And again, I can post other things as
Yeah.
well.
So, like tea is very important. Like I need to practice. Suppose like next week I just focus on tea only. Is that enough?
T, for in your case, the most, from what the little bit that I've heard, one of the most obvious sounds for you is your T,
Okay.
specifically the flap T. All right, and right here, I'll post this again in the community, so you get an idea of how to position your articulators for the flap T. And we have the flap T versus the popping T. All right, so yeah, in your case, focus on those T's. We have many variations of the T's, which we're going to get into a little bit today. Right now, we're just basically reviewing and practicing the flap T. That's what we saw on Monday. We saw the popping T, ta, tomorrow, Ted, tomatoes. We also saw the flap T, Betty, bada, bit of better, butter, a water bottle, the heater, etc. But today we're going to be focusing on a few other T sounds. Right? We're going to get into what we call the hell T. Let me zoom in here a little bit. All right, so I'll give you, and there we go. All right, one moment, because I have you guys in a separate window and it's blocking half of my screen. So let me move you guys out the way. Okay, so we have the hell T. That's what we're going to be looking at today. What is the hell T? The hell T is when you hold the air in. That's what we call it, the hell T. Hold the air in. It happens primarily when you have the T at the end of a word. And this is super common. So many words with the T at the end. This happens 99% of the time. Not always. There are some exceptions, depending if it comes after a consonant, a voiced consonant, and a few other rules there. But generally, when the T comes at the end of a word, we hold the air in when pronouncing it. For example, look at number 1. She hit the hot hut with her hat. She hit the hot hut with her hat. Notice I'm holding the air in. How do you hold the air in? I think we went over this very briefly last time. It's when you say, for example, uh-oh, like, oh my gosh, something's going to happen. Uh-oh. If you say uh-oh very slowly, uh-oh, notice that for a brief moment, you're holding the air in your lungs. Hold it in, and then uh-oh. That holding air in, which is basically closing your throat, that's what we want to do at the end of, with the T's at the end of words, right? So I'll repeat number 1. She hit the hot hut with her hat. And number 2, we went to that net site to get what we needed. Number 3, Pat was quite right, wasn't she? Number 4. What put my hat back? And number 5, which is a series of words. Hot, late, fat, goat, hit, put, not, hurt, what, set, paint, walt, sit, dirt, note, fit, lot, light, suit, point, incident. Now you hear how I'm holding that air in. I'm constantly holding the air in, right? So let's see. Let's give it a shot. We'll start with Paulo. Go ahead, Paulo, and read number 1 for me.
All right. She hit the hut with her hat.
All right. I heard too many poppings in there. I heard too many ta, 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 ta. I don't want to hear those tus. Hold the air in and make sure that the tip of the tongue stays connected to the roof of the mouth. Don't release it. She hit, and then my tongue is stuck to the roof of my mouth. She hit the hut with her hat. Notice I'm not releasing it because if you release it, it's going to sound like t, 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 and we don't want that. All right, so give it a shot one more time.
All right. She hit the hut with her hat.
Better. All right, better. Not too bad. Let's try number 2. You can read it a little bit slower because we want control of our tongue. Then after a little bit of practice, then you can speed up more and more and more. But for the moment, get control of your tongue. Try number 2.
All right. We went to
Oh, I heard that popping.
we went
Uh-huh.
to that net site to get what we needed.
Excellent. Try number 3.
Pat was quite right, wasn't she?
Excellent. Number 4.
What? Put my hat back.
Excellent. And number 5.
Hat, late, fat, goat, hit, put, not, hurt, what, set, paint,
Oh, you popped
wall.
it. Repeat
Oh,
again.
paint, right?
Uh-huh.
Paint,
Again?
paint,
Yeah, good.
wall,
Hmm.
sit, dirt, note, pit, lot, light, suit, point, incident.
Oh, you popped it.
Yeah. Incident,
Uh-huh.
tight.
Good. Very good. Yeah.
All
You
right,
should
thank
feel
you.
you feel like you're holding the air in, right? You're closing your throat. It's like
Yeah.
that's the idea. All right. All
Also,
right.
I feel like some kind of like my bones like cracks a little bit. Also, I noticed that when I'm like trying to do the American accent,
It's
like
that's being, yeah, be careful, of course, but that's again focusing on the articulation. That's why I said the mouth muscles. You have to practice them, move them in a certain way without hurting yourself, of course.
no, no, it's
Uh,
not careful. It's just like I feel like a some kind of like it's not hurtful, but it's like I feel my bones like popping like here or something like that,
like a little click.
like a little click. Yeah.
Okay, that's well. With this particular sound, you don't really have to move your jaw too much because that's with your jaw movement. You don't have to move your jaw. This specific sound is with your throat. A little
Okay.
bit with your tongue, a little bit because your tongue does touch the roof of the mouth, but it just stays there. But you don't really do much with your tongue. It's all about closing the airways in your throat. All right. Where
Oh,
with
with it. Okay.
yeah, with the flap T, the previous sound, the main articulator was the tongue, what you're doing with your tongue, right?
Uh,
With this T sound, the main articulator is your throat, closing your throat, your airways. So, making sure it's from open to close, right? You don't really open your jaw hardly any.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, okay,
All
okay.
right, let's go with Om. Give it a shot. Try number one.
Just one question, like
Of
we
course.
should like emphasize on T, right? At the end, like pressure on T, something like that. Is that right?
With this sound, the hell T, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we're focusing on the T sound, and you're going to be using two main articulations. Your tongue, of course, we always have to use the tongue, but that's minimal. The main articulator is your throat because
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
saying oh, like remember, like I mentioned a moment ago, when you say oh. If you say it slowly, notice how your throat closes up. Uh oh,
Mm.
uh oh. That
Okay.
closing movement, that's what we want to do with the T at the end of the word. So it's she hit and my throat closes up. She hit the hot hut with her hat.
Not starting of the T, right? Not starting of the T.
You not what, sorry?
Not when the we can't use that this one with the, right?
Exactly. No, it's when the T is at the end of a word.
Uh-huh. Okay, cool. Let me try.
Uh-huh.
She hit
I heard
the
the
hot.
popping again.
Hmm?
I heard that popping T. So try again.
Okay. She hit
There we go.
the hot.
Up, you're popping the T.
Yeah, the hot.
Up, you pop the T. You hear that t. We want to try to avoid the t sound.
The hot.
Oh,
Yeah.
you hear that?
Again,
Mhm.
the hot.
There we go.
Hot.
Up, you pop the T.
Okay. Hot.
Up, you popped it again.
Okay. Hot
Uh-huh.
with her hat.
There we go. Very good. You hear the
Yeah.
difference? Do you
Yeah, I
feel
know.
when you pop it, it's like a
Huh.
but we
We have to
don't
use
want
it.
that
Yeah, we have to use it in middle. Like last time, before that we used that. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Let me try second.
try number two.
Yeah. We went.
Up, you
Sorry.
popped
We
it.
went. We
Uh-huh.
went to that
Up, you popped
again.
it.
Sorry. I'm getting what you're saying. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We went to that
Uh-huh.
net, tried to get what we needed.
Excellent. There we go. You're getting the
Yeah.
hang of it. Very good. Try number three.
Pat was quite
Up, you popped it.
right. Okay. Pat was quite
Oh,
right.
you popped it again. I'm hearing that but I don't
Yeah.
want to hear it. I don't want to hear that
Yeah. Let me try.
Uh-huh.
Pat
Pat?
was quite Pat. Sorry.
Pat?
Pat
Mm-hmm.
was quite right. Sorry. Right.
You
Wasn't
popped.
wasn't she?
Wasn't she? So try one more time because I heard the T on right and wasn't.
Okay. Uh, Pat was quite
Oh, you popped it.
quite. Yeah. Pat was quite
Uh-huh.
right. Wasn't she? A
Wasn't?
little bit she.
Uh-huh.
A
What? But
little bit
repeat the word wasn't.
wasn't
Oh,
wasn't.
you're popping it. So say it in slow motion. Wasn't.
Okay. Wasn't.
There we go. Avoid the temptation to say the t. Don't
Yeah,
do
yeah.
it.
It comes naturally.
Exactly. So try
Good.
number four.
Yeah. What put my hat back?
I heard a T on hat.
Acha. Let me try again. What
I heard that
put
T.
what
Uh-huh.
put my hat
Up,
back?
you popped the T
You
on
heard
hat.
hat. Sorry.
Hat.
Hat
There we
Hat.
go.
Yeah. Let's try
Mhm.
it. Hot,
Huh, you popped
late.
it?
Okay. Hot, late,
Popped.
late,
You popped it?
late, late,
Uh-huh.
fat,
Oh, you popped it at the very end.
uh, fat.
Fat.
Sorry, again. Fat,
Uh-huh.
goat,
Good.
hit,
Uh-huh.
put.
Oh, you popped it?
Yeah. Put. Sorry, put,
Uh-huh. There we go.
not,
Mm-hmm.
hurt.
Oh, you
Sorry,
popped it?
again. Hurt,
Good.
what, set, paint.
Oh,
Sorry,
you
paint,
got uh-huh.
vault,
Walt.
vault, sit, dirt.
Oh, you
Sorry,
popped it?
dirt.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Dirt, dirt, note, fit, lot, light, suit, point. Sorry, point,
Again. Uh-huh.
incident, tight.
There we go. There we go. You're getting the hang of it. Do you hear the difference?
Yeah, I can realize the difference between both her and T.
Exactly, which is excellent because that's one of the first things that you want to do. The first most important step is recognizing the sound, right? Because many
Hmm.
students they can't recognize the sound. They know that there's a difference, but they can't really pinpoint the sound. And if you can't hear it, you can't produce it. So if you're
Hmm.
able to hear the sound, that's excellent because now you're able to replicate it and you can hear your mistakes and you can say, "Oh, no, I mispronounced it," because now you know the real sound, right? So that's
Yeah.
that's the idea.
I
Excellent.
like the practice. They make the practice, please.
Oh, of course, absolutely. Go ahead, Andrea. Now let's start with number 1 then.
She hit the hot with her hands.
I heard T on hut.
Okay. She hit the hot with her hat.
With her?
Hat.
Aha, good. Remember to close the throat up. Excellent. Number 2.
We went to that net site to get what we
Right
needed.
here? Net what?
Net site to get.
Tight to get what we needed. Not too bad. Let's try number 3.
Father was quite right, wasn't he? Wasn't she?
Excellent. Yeah, good. Uh-huh.
What? Put my hat back.
The first word again?
What?
Oh, I heard that popping.
What? Put my hat back.
I heard the popping. So I'm hearing a t, t, t at the very end. So we don't want that.
What? Put my hat back.
So it's what? What?
What?
Uh-huh. There we go.
What? Put my
What?
hat back.
Exactly. So why does it pop? Why do I hear that popping sound? It's because you're putting the tip of your tongue, you're putting it on the roof of the mouth behind the front teeth, and you're releasing it. So what we don't want to
Mm,
do is release it. You want to keep it stuck up there. Your tongue, attach it to the roof of your mouth and just leave it there. Don't release it. If your tongue lets go, then you produce the t sound, and we don't want that.
okay.
All right. So let's try number 5. Try 5 there.
Hot late fat goat sheep.
Oh, I heard the T here.
Oh, yes, I know notice that.
Good.
Hot late fat goat heap put pa.
Hmm.
It put not hard what
I heard
stick.
T here.
Yes,
All right.
put
So
not.
try saying it a little bit slower because remember, what we want to
Okay.
do first is control our tongue. After you get control of your tongue and how you move it, Then, little by little, you can speed up and say it faster and faster and faster. But we have to have control first. All right. So let's start from the
Okay.
very beginning. Repeat hot.
Hot, late, fat, go, hit, put, not, hurt, what, set, paint,
Up. You
mm,
I heard the T.
mhm, paint,
Uh-huh.
wall, sit, dirt, note, fit, lot, light, suit, point,
Up. I heard the T.
point,
Mhm.
incident, type.
Excellent. Very good. But you're starting to notice a difference, right? You can
Yes.
hear that difference. That's
It is
the
like the tone don't really smooth.
so let me stop sharing for a second because I have to get a little visual here. I have to like show you up close what's going on, right? So when you produce the T sound, the normal T sound, the popping t t t, that normal T sound, what are you doing with your tongue? So if you guys say, for example, telephone, telephone, try pronouncing telephone, but very, very slowly. And I want you to be very conscious of how you're moving your tongue. Telephone. Look, notice where my tongue is. It's up here, and I'm popping it. Te, te, and then the air is releasing, right? That popping sound, that releasing sound, that's the T. So when with the held T, when I hear the T, it's because you're putting your tongue on the roof of your mouth, but then you're releasing it. And if you release it, then I hear the T. In order to make the right hold held sound, the hot, hit, paint, my tongue is going to be in that position, but it's going to stay in that position. So it's hot. And it just stays there. I'm not popping it. I'm not releasing it. Hot, hit, late, point, and what other word? Fat, fat. You see how my tongue is like stuck up there? I don't release it. So if you find that you're continuously releasing your tongue, it's just that you have to get better control of your tongue. Right? That's why we have these warm up activities where we do certain drills in order to practice the tongue and the articulators. Because, like I said, in your native language, whether it's Hindi or Spanish or Italian or no, Brazilian's not a language, Portuguese or Russian or whatever, in your native language, you you develop these mouth muscles to move in a specific way. And now we have to reprogram our brain to move our mouth muscles and our tongue and everything in a different way. Right? So it's a little hard, but it is possible. It's kind of like if you're right-handed, when you write with your right hand and you write with your right hand your whole life, and now I'm telling you, okay, now you have to write with your left hand. It's going to be
It's
hard.
hard.
Right? It's like I can't control it. I don't know how to, right? So that's what we're doing with our tongue. It's you're going to feel like you can't control it in the very beginning, but like anything in life, practice, repetition, over and over again, eventually your tongue is going to start doing what you want it to do because you trained it. And in the very beginning, slowly, slow movements, slow sounds, be very conscious of how you're pronouncing it. So I say, telephone. I'm thinking about my tongue. Where is my tongue? Telephone. I'm popping it. Hot, hot,
Hard.
and just it's stuck up there. Hot,
Yeah.
hot. So your tongue is stuck up there and you're closing your airways. Hot, zero air. If you put your hand in front of your mouth and produce all these sounds, let me reshare my screen again. And where is it? Right here. There we go. So if you put your hand in front of your mouth and start pronouncing these, you shouldn't feel any air. Zero air. Hot, late, go, hit, put, not, hurt. If you feel air with the T, you're pronouncing it wrong. There should be zero air, right? Any questions so far?
No.
No, you got it. All right. So it's all about.
So with
Uh-huh.
I have a question. So with that when the tea is like how when is that when it's a held tea, we we are not supposed to like feel any air, right? Like not right, not hot,
Exactly.
late. Okay,
Exactly.
okay.
Zero air. Why?
Hot,
Because you're
hot,
closing the
hot.
airways. You're closing the airways in your throat,
Cold.
and your tongue
Oh, cold.
is stationary. It's not moving. It's still on the roof of the mouth. The only time you're going to feel air is if your tongue pops. If that popping motion happens, then you're going to feel air. So if you feel air, it's because you're releasing your tongue from the roof of the mouth. And we don't want that. We want to keep it there. And again, it just takes practice and repetition. In the beginning, it'll sound like you'll say it very slowly. Hot, late, fat. But I promise you, with enough repetition and practice, eventually you're gonna say it like hot, late, fat, goat, hit, put, not, hurt, what's that, paint, waltz, it, dirt, because your tongue is doing what you want it to do, and you're so used to that movement that it's just gonna come out natural. All right? Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So let's do this. We were going to get into a couple other. We were going to get into another sound, but it's okay. We're going to focus just on this held T today because it's super important. And in the last few minutes, we're going to practice with a list of words. Let me here over here. Is it sharing? Yeah, there we go. All right. So the held T, the tongue reaches the T position, but you do not release the air. I cannot stress that enough. You do not release the air. No air. All right. So let's try just with these set of words. Let me make it a little bit bigger for those of us who are blind, like me. And there we go. Okay. So we have cat, sit, write, get, hot, wait, about, light, apartment. Here, with this word, we have double holding. Let's say double held T sound. So apart and then meant. I'm holding it two times. Apartment. And this one doesn't count. Let me erase this one. That's wrong. That's not the right one. Right? Because that's a popping T. Perfect. You do pronounce it because the C is a voice consonant. So you do pop that T in perfect. But these other ones, you hold the T in. All right. So let's practice.
So
Let's
I,
go with
I
ohm.
have one question.
Uh huh.
Perfect. That was also right word, right? Perfect.
Perfect. You could hold the T, but you can pop it as well. Perfect.
Okay.
You can say perfect with the T. It's okay because it has the k sound, which is we're getting into that in another lesson. All right, but
Okay.
all right. So let's try with these T's here. Go ahead and
Yeah.
ohm from the very beginning. Remember,
Um,
be conscious of what you're doing with your tongue.
yeah. Cat, sit, write, get, hot, wet, about, light, apartment,
Almost. One more time, the last word.
apartment.
There we go. There we go. You got it.
I need to consciously control that at the place.
Exactly. In the beginning. It's just in the beginning. With enough time and repetition, I promise that you're not even gonna think about it. Your tongue is just gonna naturally do what it needs to do. All right.
Yeah.
And all right, let's go with Paolo and then we'll go with Andrea. Go ahead, Paolo.
All right. Cut, sit, right, get, hot, wait, about, light, apartment,
Try the last one.
apartment.
That's fine. Apartment. Yep. That's okay. Good. Excellent. Not bad, Paolo. And let's finish up here with Andrea. Last but not least, go ahead and give it a shot.
Cat, sit, right, get, hot, wait, about, like, apartment.
Excellent. Beautiful. Much better, guys. Much better. See, so in these, in the last 30 minutes, you already transformed the way you pronounce those T's at the end. And they're so common. These words are super common. You find any article, I don't know, CNN article or a Washington Post article or any article, and you just read down the article, focusing on all these T's at the end of the words, and you'll see how common it is. You're going to find 3, 4, 8, 10 words in every paragraph that have these T's at the end because they're super prevalent. They're super common. And so we're focusing on that sound, that holding the air in sound. So what you guys are going to do, that's going to be the sound I want you guys to practice as much as possible. All right. In the community, where is it? Let me go back to the community right here. There we go. So in the community, for the next few days, write a post. All right, write a post on how you're practicing it, or upload an audio file of you practicing a list of words. It's super easy. Find any 10 words that you want. It can be these, for example, right here. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? Let me come back over here. There we go. This is going to be what you're going to post. I want to hear these. All right. So take a screenshot, copy paste it, something, and I'm going to write it in the chat for you guys as well. Let me write it in the chat. And chat, I don't know where the chat is. Chat, where's the chat? There it is. Okay. And there we go. So I wrote the phrases in the chat. You can check it out, copy it, and in the community, you're going to upload your audio file with these phrases. I want to hear how you pronounce these phrases in your audio file. Alrighty? That's going to be the task of the week for the next few days. We're going to not only practice, we're going to perfect that sound as much as possible. Alrighty? So good. I'm expecting to see your audio files with that held T, that hold that T in. All right. Hello, Fontaine. A little bit late, but better late than never. No problem. We're wrapping it up. We're finishing here.
Hi, Nick. Yeah, I was just at work. I had
No
some
problem.
meetings. Yeah.
No problem. No problem. No problem. But like I said, you guys know every Monday, every Wednesday, and every Friday, we have these live coaching calls at the same time. And as well as I mentioned in the beginning, remember that the real progress happens by receiving feedback and correction. And you do that by uploading your audio file, what you're working on, the sound you're working on, upload it in the community. So every day I'm going to check, I'm going to see who uploaded their audio file, and I'm going to give you feedback. I'm going to say, oh, you're doing it great, or almost there, but fix this, or work on this sound instead. All right, I'll give you feedback and direction the more you upload your audio files in the community. All right, guys. So we're gonna wrap it up there for today. And
Nick, I have one last question.
Of
Can I
course.
ask you one question? Okay. So like definitely I'm gonna practice those all exercise whatever you telling me. But also like for watching the content, what type of content should I watch or what should I do extra from that? Like I talk with ChatGPT. I train them like you are the US base. So I talk with them. So what thing you feel like I should watch or I should listen or something like that? What do you think? That
Right
will help
now,
me.
I would obsess over this one sound for the moment. So
Okay.
for with the T, the held T at the end, what we focus on today, the T's in general. In your case specifically, the T's in general, how you pronounce the flap T when the T's in the middle, the held T, the other T sounds, which we're going to get into on Friday. So on Friday, we'll get into some more T sounds. But for you, primarily just obsess over this particular sound, the held T. Listen to it. You can watch a movie, a series on Netflix or wherever with the subtitles on, And every time you find a word with a T at the end, pause it, go back, listen to it, repeat it, shadowing as much as possible. All right. It can be an article, news article, whatever. Find all the words with the T's at the end and practice those T's. You have to like obsess over this one little sound for the next 48 to 72 hours. After that, you should feel much more comfortable with it. And then we'll go on to the next sound. And that's how we construct a new sound, a new accent. We refine your accent by focusing on one sound at a time. When you feel comfortable with it, go on to the next sound, then the next sound, then the next sound, and we'll build a little Lego house with accents, one piece at a time. All
Quick
right?
question, Nick.
Sure.
Yeah, so are these classroom recorded for people who cannot make it or who are very late?
I do record them right now. I am recording them for YouTube, but don't worry, all your names are anonymous. I'm covering all that up. Don't worry, but I'm uploading it to YouTube, and I can upload it to the community as well. So in case you miss it, you can find it in the community.
So I go to community and then I will go to
Oh,
all.
right. I haven't started posting it. I'm gonna start doing it today, actually. So, right
Oh,
there in the
okay.
community, right here, like one of the most recent posts is gonna be this video.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, you got it? All right, excellent. And remember, if you do have any questions with anything in particular, you see this little chat box up here. That's the private chat directly to me, or you can ask me in the community if you wish as well. Whichever one, you have those two options.
Teacher, sorry, I have a question. Those phrases to make the practice with the T sound are in this post of start here your first American Tea Challenge, or where are they? I missed the part.
The phrases for the audio,
Yes,
it's in the chat. I wrote the phrases in the chat right here
in the chat.
in the this call's chat. Mm-hmm.
Where is oh
Yeah, you see it?
thanks.
There you go. So yeah,
Yes.
just copy and paste it or take a screenshot or picture with your phone. And those phrases, I want you to pronounce those phrases and upload the audio file in the community.
In the
So I can
community.
so I
Okay.
can check it and I can give you feedback.
In which post exactly? Or
So in the community right here where it says write something, you're gonna click that, give it a title, write something, and then add the audio file, daily practice, and post.
okay, I got it.
You got it?
Oh,
All right.
I didn't.
What
I
if
didn't
you just
get
add?
that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I didn't
Sorry.
get that message here. Maybe because I joined late.
Oh, you should be able to see it in the chat. You see the little two speech bubbles in the bottom corner?
Yeah, when I click on them, they say send a message to start the conversation.
You don't see anything in there?
No, maybe because I joined late.
Okay. Let me write it again there. Right there. Can you see it
All
now?
right, now I see. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. There we go. Problem solved. Excellent. Yes. You have something? A question?
Yeah, I just forget. Sorry.
Okay. No
I was just-
worries. No worries. If you do think of the question, remember, just shoot me a message anytime. All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm gonna let you guys go. I have a lesson in about 2 minutes, but if you guys have any questions, just let me know. And remember to upload your audio files. I'll be checking those. All right. So have a
I
great
have
one.
one question. If I add video, audio sometimes is hard for me, I guess. So if I just add video or something like that, is
A
that okay?
video is fine. A video is fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I say audio because many people don't like to appear in video, so they just prefer the audio. So it's audio is okay. But if you prefer a video, that's completely fine too.
Yeah.
And it's actually kind of slightly a little bit better because that way I can see how you're moving your mouth and I can tell you exactly what to correct. Right?
Yeah.
All right, guys. So I'll let you guys go. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys soon. All right.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.